Alright guys, and welcome back to another part of building a medieval fantasy world here in Minecraft. Yeah, we are currently stuck, or not really stuck, but like we're really into the monastery project, as you might have already seen on the channel. Yeah, in the last episode you guys saw some more, it wasn't actually not a lot of progress at the monastery itself, right? We built the inner sanctum for the priests, and also kind of like um, one quarter of the monastery itself. I'm currently farming a lot of clay for clay bricks, so we can make the roof eventually. I already started it, but it takes a lot of clay, and we also need it for the church then itself as well. And I feel like I'm not really happy yet, so I'm not gonna show you guys that progress yet. Because yeah, this will be probably a project I will do afterwards. But currently, I already told you guys that I want to kind of like make with the whole monastery thing sort of like a whole working production cycle, like economically speaking. So that means we have, certain production buildings or buildings who are producing resources, which are then going to be delivered to the monastery either for consumption or just for further production. So, for example, a clay mine or a stone quarry delivers the stone for building the monastery slash the roof tiles. Then, for example, the lumberjack, which I have not built yet, will deliver wood for certain, I don't know, furniture or like as a building material. Then again, we have obviously, and this will be another project, vineyards and maybe even hops, right? So I'm not really sure yet how we will bring this together. The wine will probably be with like glowberries. I will simulate it like this. But I also already told you guys, in that manner, and we do have a lot of space for that, I want to make wheat fields. And with that, obviously, a mill, right? A windmill which produces flour, so that we can make at the monastery itself, they can make their own bread. And I feel like the same mill will probably be at some point will producing flour for a nearby bakery. But yeah, this will come in handy. So I thought, this will give the monks some food for their living, right? And that's what I did. And yeah, you guys will probably see now when I'm showing this map, or the progress. You will just be like, wow, I can see all on sort of like one screen. And yeah, this is what I did, and you will just see it in a second. A mill and a decent amount of space for the a decent amount of space for the farm fields, right? Now it seems like I do have some legs, and I don't know why that is the case. Okay, good. Yeah, you guys just see it right now, right? It's drums. You can just see it, right? And yeah, behind me is the monastery. I'm not going to show you the progress there yet. This will be definitely for something else. And I've just noticed over there, guys, you can see it might be on the right corner. There is a missing wheat field. Yeah, but yeah, as you can see, that took me quite some time here. Because obviously I had to make those water pots with like, I use like glowstone so that nothing can spawn on the fields. I don't think anyway anything can spawn since there is already wheat around. But yeah, you can see sometimes there are like empty fields, so I need to plant some more wheat there. And since I now have a pretty big wheat field, I can just farm the seeds all over again, because I want to go into this direction maybe with more wheat fields slash other vegetables, and then obviously also to this side, right? And we have a lot of space there. I'm not really sure yet what I want to do into that direction. I'm probably going to do a small sort of like fishing village over there or something. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you would maybe build, what we could still add in that section. I'm not really sure yet, so I'm super open for any inputs. And yeah, obviously in the main section we have one big windmill. I'm probably gonna build like another one maybe over there, maybe a bit a smaller one. So we have like 2 windmills around here, and I feel like it makes the area way much more realistic, and you know, adds a bit more variety to the whole field, right? Because it's obviously looking pretty cool, I feel like, but it's a bit empty or like super pale compared to it. So we're gonna add more details over the time, and as you can see, it's also super stale, like the whole pale, like pretty pale, the whole road. I haven't really added much details yet, but you know, I will maybe, I'm not sure about lights, but like more clay pots, barrels, and so forth. And eventually over there, as you can see, the small lake, guys. I'm probably gonna make like a small forest right there, and then some space here where maybe people can fish or something, like a small pond, right? So we can add some details in there as well. But yeah, this will be in another video then, where we're gonna focus on that section in the back there. But yeah, I would like to show you guys my windmill actually, which is, I checked it with the internet a bit, you know, with some inspiration, and then I added details on my own or ideas. And I'm super happy with one particular detail, and I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. So you can just, you know, you can walk along the windmill here, nothing really special, and I added just a small cart here, right, with wheat blocks, or hay blocks, excuse me. Yeah, and here is, you know, here I'm gonna use my wheat seeds, and as I can see, I've already used a decent amount of it, but I still have some, which is pretty good. And then yeah, you can come and enter here. Here we're gonna store the hay balls, right, which then can be, or hay balls, wheat, more like the wheat, which then can be made to flour. And for that one, I have made over here, we need to actually go up here first. I made a construction from the, you know, from the outside of the windmill, right, in here, and you have these tires, right? Right, I don't know if they're called tires, but like these ones, which are then in the mechanics start to do a chain reaction, and then this one gets kind of like, you know, rotates, right? And then you have from up there, oh, I've just noticed I need to add a, oh shit, I don't have a wood block with me, so I need to a log there, put a log there, and then you can see this one is sort of like the grindstone, which then under here should produce flour, and then you can pick it out of the chest. I mean, you know, we could also, it will also be stored in those barrels here and other tools as well, but you know, it's just kind of like I'm trying to simulate this, the whole flour production a little. And then up here, there's not really much left up here, besides a small bed for the miller, right? Yeah, but that's mostly about it. I'm super happy with like this whole idea, which I also looked up from the internet, and then kind of like started from there to build how I wanted it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And overall, I'm also super happy with the whole construction of the windmill itself. If you have any more ideas or what I should change, or if I should add anything, let me know, guys, in like particular everywhere here. But I really love the transition from like spruce to the normal, how is it called? Oak logs, exactly. I'm so bad with names right now. You know, I really like that, especially from a different, from like further behind. I maybe need to add a bit to the, oh god, to the whole mill there, but you know, that's something else. We're not gonna do this right now, and I'm gonna get shot. Oh god, run, Forrest. I need to surely run into the bed here, but oh god, there are spiders. I'm afraid, guys. We need to deal with them. Shit. but they won't stand a chance. I'm gonna shortly sleep here for a second. And then, yeah, obviously, you know, we have, as I said, guys, here will be sort of like the a small forest. I feel like with maybe some Easter eggs and shit, right? And then, you know, a small fishing space. Here probably I will make the trees obviously custom. And then eventually what we could do here, maybe it's a small inn or something. Like here somewhere, right? I'm not really sure yet, but I think we could add some more things here. Or maybe even 1 or 2 small houses. Right? And then eventually into that direction, I'm probably gonna continue a little bit with the wheat field. And then we need to... I kind of want to make a fisher village somewhere over there, but yeah, this will be in time. Probably my next video will probably be focusing again on the building of the monastery itself, because yeah, this is an ongoing project. But you know, I don't want to just completely focus on the monastery, mainly because it's not only for you guys maybe a bit boring, but also for me, because it just takes time, and then sort of eventually, if you're just focusing on one particular thing, it just gets kind of frustrating, or the motivation turns down. So yeah, that's why I decided, you know, to kind of like add these production buildings and so forth, so we can just in the long term just make the whole bigger, much more cooler, and much more like diversified, as well as add more details and make it more vibrant / dynamic, right? So that's why